He was a living legend, then he dared mock a human's dead friend. In the galactic arenas, there was no name more feared or revered than General Kaeroth the Unbreaking. He had conquered 50 planets, extinguished rebellions with a word, and dueled champions of empires without so much as a scratch. His body was plated with natural armor, his claws carved through tanks, and his voice silenced entire councils. He was a living legend. And yet, standing in a dusty military camp orbiting the edge of Sector 9V, that same legend sneered at a grieving human, and everything changed. The humans had fought well in the war against the Glyssari hive. Too well, some said. They were scrappy, ill-equipped, and strangely devoted to one another, even the weakest among them. That loyalty had earned them an uneasy place among the Allied armies. One human, Friend.HFY, had gained respect far beyond expectations. He wasn't the biggest or the most decorated, but he had something far rarer, unshakable integrity. And he had fought alongside Kaeroth during the siege of Arameth Prime, where one of the bloodiest victories in the war was bought with thousands of lives. Ash's best friend, a young woman named Mara Sen, had died there, blown apart while protecting a supply convoy. Ash had held her in her last moments, promising to carry her memory until the stars dimmed. A week later, at the Allied debriefing, Kaeroth spoke. And everything went wrong. The hall was filled with survivors. Tired, wounded, grieving. General Kaeroth stepped to the center, surrounded by admirers. His reputation shimmered off him like heat. Some species bowed as he passed. Others saluted. He gave none of them more than a glance. Ash stood in the back, silent. His uniform still stained with dust and smoke. Mara's nameplate was clutched in his hand, pressed against his chest like a talisman. Kaeroth addressed the crowd with his usual pride. We crushed the hive as predicted. Glorious. Brutal. Efficient. Losses were acceptable, except, perhaps, those who threw themselves in the way of artillery like sentimental fools. He chuckled. There was a human who leapt to save a convoy, some Sen, was it? Bravery wasted on soft hearts. Let that be a lesson in practicality. The room went still. Ash's fist clenched. You want to repeat that? He said, voice low, sharp, like broken glass. Kaeroth turned, blinking as if noticing him for the first time. Ah, the loyal companion. I meant no disrespect. Merely, commenting on inefficient tactics. Ash stepped forward, pushing through rows of stunned officers. She wasn't inefficient, he said. She saved the convoy. That supply line saved a colony. Her death saved hundreds. Kaeroth shrugged, tail flicking. An animal can die in the road and still feed a village. That does not make it noble. Gasps. Silence. A single heartbeat passed, and then Ash struck him. The punch barely made the general's head move. But the audacity of it rippled through the chamber like a gravitational wave. Officers drew breath. Hands twitched toward weapons. Someone whispered, "He's dead." Kaeroth's eyes flared gold. His claws curled. He was a dozen times stronger. He could have crushed Ash with a single swipe. Instead, he leaned close. You insult a legend, he hissed. No, Ash said, steady now. I'm reminding a legend what it means to deserve that title. Kaeroth stared at him. Rage. Confusion. Something else. Ash stepped back and dropped Mara's nameplate on the table before them. She wasn't just some soldier. She was my friend. She was kind. She was smarter than me. She saved you, too. A sniper had your back in their sights. She took the shot instead. Silence. The general said nothing. You didn't even notice, did you? Ash's voice cracked. That's the problem. You've won so much, you forgot what the cost looks like. What it feels like. Someone in the back murmured, "She saved him." Another added, "I saw her body. It was unrecognizable." A third, "He didn't even look." Rotha's shoulders stiffened. For a moment, it looked like he might strike Ash after all. But then, his clawed hand reached out, touched the nameplate, turned it over. He stared at it. "You humans," he said finally, quieter, "you tie yourselves to ghosts. To grief." Ash nodded. "We tie ourselves to people. Maybe that's what you've forgotten." And then he walked out. No guards stopped him. No one dared. 3 days passed. Ash expected arrest. He packed his bags, said goodbye to his squad. But the command never came. On the 4th day, he was summoned, not by military court, but to a hangar on the upper deck. Roth stood there, alone. "You should have been executed," the general said. Ash shrugged. "Guess you missed your chance." Roth approached slowly, towering. "She did save me. I reviewed the footage. You're Mara." She fired as the Glisari sniper lined up. Took the blast through her own armor. "I hadn't known." Ash didn't speak. Roth held out something. Mara's nameplate, now encased in a glass star. "She deserves to be remembered," Roth said. "You were right." Ash's eyes stung. "I still think you're a cold bastard," he said, voice thick. Roth grunted. "I am. But perhaps, not as cold as I believed." They stood there, enemies no longer.